Hi everyone, vitamin D3 is an essential nutrient that your body needs for many vital processes, including building and maintaining strong bones. You can get the vitamin from food, but mainly because it's been added. But few foods are actually natural sources of vitamin D, and we'll go over that here. Your blood levels should not be less than 50 nanomoles per liter on the 25-hydroxy vitamin D blood test. Mainly, vitamin D3 is produced by the body in a complex process that starts when the rays of the invisible UV part of the light are absorbed by your skin. The liver and then the kidneys are involved in the steps that eventually result in the bioavailable, usable form of the vitamin that the body can actually put to use. Some factors can influence a person's vitamin D levels, and we're going to go over them now as follows. The latitude where you live, the higher latitudes, the amount of vitamin D producing UV light reaching the Earth's surface. For example, in North America in the winter, there's little, if any, of the vitamin produced in the people's skin tissue from November through February. Plus, we're all covered, and your skin must be exposed to the sun to produce vitamin D. Number two, air pollution where you live and the amount of ozone. They both absorb UVB radiation. Number three, your use of sunscreen. In theory, sunscreen prevents sunburn from blocks UVB light. Therefore, you should make less. The color of the skin. Melanin is a substance in the skin that makes it dark. Dark-skinned people tend to require more UVB exposure than light-skinned people to generate the same amount of vitamin D. Number five, the temperature of your skin. Warm skin is a more efficient producer of vitamin D than cool skin. So on a sunny, hot summer day, you'll make more vitamin D than on a cool one. Number six, your weight. Studies have shown that being overweight is correlated with low vitamin D levels, and that being overweight may affect the body's ability to actually use the vitamin D. This may have more to do with poor diet and gut health. Also, your fat cells store your vitamin D. Number seven, your age. There's experimental evidence that the older people are less efficient vitamin D producers than younger people. Number eight, the health of your gut, most likely the first place to start. The vitamin D that is consumed in food or as a supplement is absorbed in the part of the small intestine immediately downstream from the stomach. So stomach juices, pancreatic secretions, bile from the liver, and the integrity of the wall of the intestine, these all have some influence on how much of the vitamin is absorbed. Therefore, conditions that affect the gut, like digestion, IBS, celiac, Crohn's, pancreatitis, Parkinson's, and cystic fibrosis all reduce vitamin D absorption. Number nine, the health of your liver and kidneys. Some types of liver disease can reduce the absorption of vitamin D because the ailing liver isn't producing a normal amount of bile. Number 10, magnesium deficiency. It's important to know that if you have a low vitamin D level, in spite of taking it, a magnesium deficiency can be one of the reasons you cannot correct it. So you can have that checked on your blood work as well. Eat more mushrooms. Mushrooms are the only vegetarian source of vitamin D. Like humans, mushrooms can make their own vitamin D upon exposure to the UV light. Humans produce D3, whereas mushrooms produce D2. It's important to note that D3 is more efficient in the human body, and your vitamin D supplementation should be D3 in combo with vitamin K1 and K2. Due to the mushrooms' exposure to sunlight, wild mushrooms usually have more vitamin D than commercially grown types. 12, consume fatty fish and seafood. Fatty fish and seafood are among the richest natural food sources of vitamin D3. The exact vitamin D content of seafood varies depending on the type of the species, and for example, some research suggests that farm salmon may contain only 25% of the amount that wild-caught salmon contains. Other kinds of fish and seafood rich in vitamin D include tuna, mackerel, oysters, shrimp, sardines, anchovies, and many of these foods are also rich in heart-healthy omega-3 fatty acids. Number 13, include egg yolks in your diet. Egg yolks are another source of vitamin D3 that you can easily add to your routine. Conventionally raised chickens that don't have access to outdoors typically only produce eggs harboring 2 to 5% of the RDI. However, a pasture-raised or free-range chicken offers up to 4 times more, or up to 20% of the RDI, depending on how much time they spend outside. So these are some of the factors, or most of the factors, that affect your vitamin D levels. One thing I didn't note, one of the biggest surgeries in the United States is the removal of the gallbladder. The gallbladder stores and concentrates the bile made from your liver in order to help to break down and protect the gut, break down foods and protect the gut from offending bacteria. This will also play a part in your vitamin D levels in your body and absorption. Have a great day.